Right now, as you're sitting there, one of the most important muscles in your body may already be shutting down. You don't even realize it. And no, this isn't normal aging. It's something far more dangerous, because it happens silently, and by the time most people notice it, the damage is already done. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 5 simple movements that can completely reactivate this muscle system at home. No gym, no equipment, no stress on your joints. And the final one is so powerful that many seniors feel a change in just days. But first, you need to understand what's really happening inside your body. Your glute muscles, the largest muscles in your body, are designed to keep you stable, strong, and balanced. But when they stop working properly, your body quietly starts compensating. You sit more, move less. Their muscles take over, and slowly, those weaker muscles begin to carry a job they were never meant to do. That's when the problems begin. Knee discomfort, lower backs, stiffness, balance issues, difficulties standing or climbing stairs. Most people think this is just age, but it's actually muscle shutdown. And here's where things get dangerous. Once your glutes become inactive, your stability drops fast. Even simple movements can feel risky. Common mistake: most people try squats, but here's what they don't realize. If your glutes are already inactive, squats don't fix the problem. Your body cheats and uses the wrong muscles. So instead of getting stronger, stay stuck. Exercise 5. Prone leg lift. Start with something simple, but extremely powerful. At first glance, this movement looks almost too easy to matter. No weights, no machines, no standing, just you lying face down on the floor. But here's the truth: most people completely miss some of the most important muscles in your body. Don't need heavy resistance to wake up. They need reconnection. And that's exactly what this exercise does right now. You've been sitting more, moving less, or dealing with stiffness in your hips or lower back. There's a high chance your glute muscles are not fully activating when you walk or stand. They're still there, it didn't disappear, but they become lazy. And when that happens, it's other muscles, especially your lower back, start doing the job instead. That's where pain, fatigue, and imbalance quietly begin. Now here's where the prone leg lift comes in. You lie flat on your stomach on a mat or a soft surface. Your body is completely supported, no pressure, no strain. Then slowly you lift one leg upward, just a few inches off the ground. But here's the key. This is not about lifting high, it's not about speed, and it's definitely not about using momentum. This is about control, awareness, and activation. As you lift your leg, your glute on that side should feel like it's switching on for the first time in a long time. You pause at the top for a moment, just long enough to feel the contraction, and then lower it back down slowly, without letting gravity take over. And you repeat, no rushing, no cheating, just clean, controlled movement. Now here's something important. If you feel this mostly in your lower back instead of your glutes, that's a sign your body has been compensating for too long. And that's exactly why this exercise is so powerful. It retrains your brain and muscles to reconnect properly. When done correctly, your lower back stays relaxed the entire time. It should feel supported, not stressed. All the work should come from your glute muscle, nothing else. Start with about 10 to 12 repetitions on one side, then switch. Do 2 to 3 slow, controlled sets. Rest if needed. Quality always beats quantity here. Now listen carefully. This exercise might look basic, but neurologically, it's doing something very important. It's reminding your nervous system how to wake up, muscle that has been underused for years. That's why many people feel a strange, but positive difference after just a few sessions, like their body is remembering how to move correctly again. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Because once this basic activation starts working, your body becomes ready for a much deeper level of control, where balance, stability, and strength begin to rebuild together. And that's exactly what the next variation targets. A muscle most people don't even know they're losing until it's already affecting their walking and balance. And trust me, what comes next is even more important for preventing falls and rebuilding real stability. Exercise 4. Side hip raise. Now we move to something extremely important. but often completely ignored. This exercise targets the side of your hips, a muscle group that quietly controls one of the most critical abilities in your body: balance while walking. Most people focus only on front or back strength, but the truth is, your stability in daily life depends heavily on the muscles on the outer side of your hips. And when these muscles weaken, something subtle starts to happen. You begin to feel slightly unsteady when walking. You may notice small wobbles when standing on one leg, or even a fear of losing balance on uneven ground. Now here's how this exercise works. You lie down on your side in a comfortable position. Your body stays relaxed, your head supported, and your knees slightly bent. But here's the key difference. Instead of simply lifting your top leg up and down like most people do, you lift your entire top hip upward. Not just the leg, the hip itself. Imagine someone gently pulling your upper hip toward the ceiling with a string. That's the exact motion you want. Now as you do this, your feet stay together. Your knees may slightly separate. That's not the focus. The real work should come from the outer hip, muscle doing all the lifting. And here's why this small adjustment is so powerful. Because when you lift the entire hip instead of just the leg, your body can no longer cheat. By using easier muscles, it forces the deeper stabilizing muscles to fully activate. Slow, controlled movement is everything here. No rushing, no swinging, just a smooth lift, a short pause at the top, and a controlled return back down. Now listen carefully. This muscle, the outer hip stabilizer, is one of the most important fall prevention muscles in the human body. When it weakens, your body becomes less stable side to side. And that is exactly how many falls happen in older adults. Not forward, not backward, but sideways. And here's the surprising part. Most people have no idea this muscle is weak until they start training it. The moment they activate it properly, they often feel something very unusual, a sense of stability returning to their walk and posture. It feels like the body is finally supporting itself again. So take your time with this exercise. Focus on quality, not speed. Do slow, controlled reps on each side, and really feel that outer hip working every single time. Because once this muscle wakes up, your entire balance system starts to improve in ways you can actually feel in daily life. And next, we move into a standing movement that connects this strength directly to real-world walking and stability. Exercise 3. Step back Lunge. Now we move into something that connects everything you've been doing so far directly to real life. This is where your training stops feeling like exercise and starts feeling like movement retraining for your daily life. We're talking about the step back lunge at first. It may look simple. Step back, lower your body, come back up. But when done correctly, this movement becomes one of the most powerful ways to rebuild glute strength, balance, and walking stability at the same time. Here's how you do it properly. Stand tall near a stable. Surface like a kitchen counter or chair for support if needed. Now take one controlled step backward, not forward backward. This is important because stepping back changes everything inside your body mechanics. As you lower your body, your front leg becomes the working leg. You slowly bend your knees and drop your back knee toward floor, but you don't need to touch it. Just a controlled, comfortable depth. Now here's the key part. Most people get wrong. As you come back up, you must push through your front heel, not your toes. That heel drive is what activates your glute muscles properly. If you push through your toes, your thighs take over and your glutes stay inactive. But when you push through your heel, your glute switches on instantly and you feel it. Now listen carefully. This movement is not just about strength. It's about teaching your body how to stabilize itself during real-life actions like walking, climbing stairs, standing up from a chair, maintaining balance on uneven surfaces. That's why this exercise is so powerful for older adults. It doesn't train isolated muscles, it trains functional movement. Move slowly, stay controlled, no rushing. Each repetition should feel intentional, like your body's learning something new. Now here's something important. When people first try this, they often feel unstable or slightly weak on one side. That's normal, it's actually a sign. Their body's waking up muscles that haven't been used properly in a long time, and that's exactly what we want, because real strength is not just about power, it's about control under movement. So take your time with each rep. Focus on balance, posture, and heel drive. And as your glutes begin to engage more consistently, you'll notice something interesting. Standing, walking, and even climbing stairs start to feel more stable and natural. Now here's where things get even more interesting, because the next exercise combines everything you've learned so far into one powerful movement that challenges both strength and balance at the same time. Exercise 2. Wall-supported marching, bridge. Now we're moving into one of the most powerful and underrated exercises for rebuilding true lower body control and stability. This is the wall-supported marching bridge. At first glance, looks simple. You lie on your back, place your feet against a wall or stable surface, lift your hips, and hold a bridge position. But the real transformation happens after that, because now comes the marching part while keeping your hips lifted. In stable, you slowly lift one foot off the wall, bringing your knee slightly toward your chest, and place it back down. Switch to the other side. One leg at a time. Controlled, slow, focused. Now here's what makes this exercise so powerful. It's the moment you lift one foot, your entire body has to stabilize itself on the opposite side. That means one glute is now working alone to keep your hips from dropping. And that is where real strength is built, not from movement, but from stability under pressure. Most people don't realize this, but walking is actually a constant shift of balance from one leg to the other. And if your glutes and core can't handle that shift properly, your stability starts breaking down. In everyday life, that's why this exercise is so effective. Directly trains the exact pattern your body uses when walking. Now listen carefully. Your hips must stay level the entire time. If one side drops, it means your stabilizing muscles are not fully engaged, and that's okay. It just shows you where your weakness is. Move slowly, don't rush the marching. Each lift should feel controlled, not forced. You should feel your glutes working deeply on the supporting side every single time you lift the opposite foot. Now here's the surprising part. Most people discover something they never expected when doing this exercise. One side always feels stronger than the other. One side stabilizes easily, while the other struggles to keep the hips steady, and they often had no idea this imbalance even existed. But this is extremely important, because that imbalance is one of the hidden causes of poor balance. Unstable walking and increased fall risk. When you correct it, your entire movement system becomes more even, more stable, and more confident. So take your time with this. Focus on control over speed. Think of it as teaching your body how to balance itself again, one step a day. Time. And once your body starts mastering this control, you are now ready for the most powerful movement in this entire routine. The one that rebuilds maximum glute strength from the ground up. Exercise 2. Towel hip thrust. Most powerful. This is the most powerful glute activation movement you can do at home. And the best part, you don't need a gym, machines, or expensive equipment. Just a couch, towel, and your own body. Now let's break it down properly. Sit on the floor with your upper back resting against the edge of a sturdy couch or bed. Place a folded towel over your hips for comfort. Bend your knees so your feet are flat on the ground, out hip width apart. This is your starting position. Now, here's where the magic happens. Drive your hips upward using your heels, not your toes. Push through the ground until your body forms a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. At the top of the movement, and squeeze your glutes as hard as you possibly can. Hold that squeeze. Feel the tension build. This is the most important part of the entire exercise, because unlike most movements, where the hardest part is at the bottom, here, the real challenge is at the top position when your glutes are fully contracted. That's where maximum muscle activation happens. Then slowly lower your hips back down under control. No dropping, no rushing. Just smooth, controlled movement now. Listen carefully. This exercise works differently from squats or walking because it isolates your glutes at their strongest contraction point. That means every repetition is teaching your muscles how to fully activate again, especially if they've become weak or underused over time. And here's why it's so effective. When your glutes fire properly, your lower back, knees, and hips all start working in better alignment. That reduces strain, improves stability, and helps you move more confidently in daily life. So take your time with each. Focus on the squeeze. Focus on control. Because this isn't just an exercise. It's a retraining process for your strongest muscle group. Final message: you don't need a gym. You don't need equipment. You don't need extreme workouts. You just need the right activation sequence. Because your glutes didn't get weak overnight. But with the right approach, you can start waking up again faster than you think. Start with just one exercise today. Consistency will do the rest. If this helped you understand your body better, consider subscribing. More simple science-backed mobility tips are coming next.